Okay, good evening everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is the technical analysis trade ideas update for Monday, January 20th, 2014. This is for the week of the 20th, and of course there was no trading today. But we're going to start off, and this first stock is a stock that we got a trade signal. I mentioned it last Sunday. And we got I talked about a break of this high right here. Okay, so this would have been Friday. And this was Friday. Okay, so here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So here was Friday the 10th. We talked about a break of the high here because I thought this was the low bar. And so actually this would have been a good signal, a break of this high, because it became the low bar on Monday. But no matter, we ended up breaking this high right here, okay? And we got the close above the 10-day moving average. So that was the signal I was looking for. Now this was a little bit bigger bar, I'll be honest with you, a little bit bigger bar than what I really like to see. And I've mentioned this before. I'm not a fan of diving in on these, what I call wide-ranging bars, WR bar, the widest ranging bar of, say, the last 7 days, that type of thing. But be that as it may, we're going to call this as a signal, 62.98 at this close. Now, if you weren't looking to get in at that close, you could have tried to get in at the open the next day, and you would have had a better buy at the actual opening at 62.10. But we'll go ahead and use this as a close. Now, what I've said over here is to use a confirming close stop, and by that again, it's we got to close below the 10-day here on Friday. And so if we get a close below this low, which is what the low 60.05, so we get a close below this low, I'd be willing to exit, wanting to exit this trade because it's just not acting the way I'd like to see it. Now, here was the setup on this thing. We got a nice bullish divergence in here. Okay, you went to a lower low, and you didn't go to a lower low on the RSI. Then this configuration here is a symmetrical triangle, and it broke out of this symmetrical triangle. It pulled back to the apex of the symmetrical triangle, which a lot of times it'll do. And a symmetrical triangle can be both a consolidation as well as a reversal formation, and in this case it's acting as a reversal formation. So this is my best shot at what I'm seeing here. We got the pullback to the apex, then we got this turnaround day in here, and this break above here. So we'll see. I mean, what we'd like to see is this thing to open up and continue to push higher. Targeting to look at, so what I did was I took this triangle and then take a parallel to this line and put it out here as my projection line, okay? So that's why I'm saying my target is above 67, because I'm projecting to hit this line. So that's the best look that I've got on Citrix Systems right now. The next one we'll take a look at is CREE. I'm looking for a sell signal on a break of the low, Friday's low, and that's 62.04. So it breaks here. I'd be looking to buy puts on this. I think it's going to break down, and there's a good chance, if it breaks this trend, if this line here, we could have a double top in. I thought this was going to push more earlier. We got a little bit of a push, got a nice move in here, but it hasn't moved up here to close this gap. So right now, the way this is rolled over, we're getting the DI minus above the DI plus. We get a break of this low, I'd be looking to buy puts. That's the second one. Expedia is the third one. This one I would be looking to go long, buy calls at the close at 70.69 at the close we had. So we've had the little pullback. We pulled down below here. We've broken above the highs of this low bar. And the other thing that's really interesting about Expedia is that, see this dotted line? This is like the highs for several years, multi-year highs, okay? So we've broken above these multi-year highs, and it seems to be holding above the multi-year highs. So it's pulled back down, rallied, pulled back down, rallied, pulled back down, rallied. So I would be looking to buy, and then use a 2 ATR stop, which will put your stop down below this point here. But let's take a look at that for tomorrow. And then the last one, Facebook. Was hoping this was going to go, but after we got stopped out here, then it really has a nice thing, and it looks like it's starting to roll over, and we're getting DI plus, DI minus greater than DI plus in here, getting that crossover, and I'd be looking to sell on buy puts on a break of this low, which is not far below where it closed on Friday. So the low's 56.06, it closed 56.30. So now on any of these, let me just caution, you get a big gap, let's say something happened, I don't know, and it gaps down 5 points, 4 points. You've got to use your own discretion to decide, do I want to play that, do I want to chase that or not? So, when I say, like CREE back here, I mean, if it opens down here for whatever reason, there's some spectacular news, you got to decide that that's just maybe too big a gap. You get a gap like this, you got to decide whether you want to chase it or not. I'm telling you that I've got a trade idea that I'm looking for a sell on a break, but if something out of the ordinary happens, then you've really got to sit back and use your discretion on the trade. So those are 4 ideas for now. Just wanted to pass that on to you for this week. We'll check in tomorrow night, see how the market opened after the first day, and we'll kind of go from there. So have a great Tuesday. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Thanks for stopping by.